Hi everybody, thanks for stopping by. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Lita, and on my channel I love to talk about all things involving journals, sketchbooks, and stationery. So if that is also what you love and are interested in, please consider hitting that subscribe button down below and the notification bell so when I load new videos, you will be able to get the most current content. With that out of the way, as you can see, I have a massive stack pile of these are leather journal covers, and I literally just grabbed a whole bunch off of my shelf, and the purpose of this video is something very specific. Now, I'm pretty confident that all the ones that I grabbed are all Chic Sparrows. So there's something that I see in it's not just in the Chic Sparrow Facebook group. There's a group called Chic Sparrow 2.0 on Facebook, but there's also other, obviously, journal and planner type of groups on Facebook. And a question that I often see on there is about someone who's purchased a cover and for a specific book, and that it doesn't fit into that book, or that it's very tight and they're having trouble fitting it in. So recently, I've done a video that's something similar to this, but recently what happened is I bought a Hobonichi Techo Cousin Avec for 2021. This is also a Hobonichi book, but it's just their plain book. It's a plain book. And so what happened is I saw yet again somebody posting the question saying that, or a comment and a request for information about, hey, I bought a Hobonichi Cousin and I'm having trouble fitting it into my A5 Folio, and it happened to be a Chic Sparrow. And as you can see, I have a lot of Chic Sparrows. So whenever I see that, I very often will take the few minutes out of my time to answer the question for the person, because I have had, well, first of all, because I have a lot of Chic Sparrow covers, and I've used not a huge variety, but quite a few different types of leathers and quite a few different types of journals. So I've had this happen to me for sure, where something was either very tight or where something didn't fit. But the time when it didn't fit, it was something I was trying to put into an A5, and it wasn't actually an A5. It was I have it out on my shelf. I'm not going to go and get it, but it's a journal, but it wasn't specifically an A size 5 journal. It's something I got at the Strand in New York, and it was just a creative art type of journal. Okay, wait, I'm just taking these out of my covers while I talk. So what I always tell people when I see this, I'm going to run through it, and I'm going to use, I'm trying to find, where is my empty, here we go. This will be the first example where I'll show you, and I'll use this as a Waypoint leather. This is a B6 Folio, okay? And like I said, every single one of these that are out here they do happen to be Chic Sparrow covers. Why I want to demonstrate on this first is because of the fact that on the Waypoint folios or the Waypoint leather, you can really see the pull up. You see, when I do something with my hand, you're going to be able to actually see what I'm talking about. So when someone says, hey, I bought this B6 notebook, or for example, here's Archer and Olive. This is hardbound. Or I bought an A5, and I bought an A5 Folio and it's not fitting. Or I bought a B6 and it's not fitting. It's very tight. I'm having trouble getting it in. So what I usually write and say to people is, to open it up, take your hand, and where the insert goes, put your hand inside and run your fingers along the edges like this. So that's why I picked this one, because I will literally go and press my finger up against the edges on all 3 sides, get into the corners and run it. Now, I don't need to do that and then do it obviously also to the other side. So Waypoint is, some people, it's very, very soft-handed, which is, I know how, you know, Jennifer Harvey likes to refer to the leather, but most people will commonly say it's very floppy. It's a very floppy leather, but it's very soft-handed. It has a lot of give. Waypoint is an oil-tanned leather. It has a lot of oil in it. It can stretch. It's very forgiving. So you'll see. Now, I want you to know this notebook has actually been used. This cover has been used, and you can see from all little scratches and whatnot, because I haven't conditioned it recently. It's been used quite a bit. So it's obviously already pretty much stretched out. Uh-oh, I'm losing stuff out of the side. So the way you usually put these on is you would fold it in half. I'm doing it kind of not really the right way to be putting in, but because I know this is already stretched out, I know it has a lot of give. So what happens sometimes is when people say, oh, it's too tight, they'll be like, oh, I can't close it, and it'll like buckle here, and you could see it buckling in there. Well, this one fits in perfectly, like I said, because it's used to having something in it. Actually, it didn't have a hard cover in here. In here was a soft Stalogy B6 was all that was ever housed in this. And I have, as a matter of fact, it was this B6 Stalogy that was in there. I took it out from there, and so, okay, so you see what I'm talking about. That is the main goal of this video, what I just showed you, how to put your hand in there, and don't be scared, put it in there. The leather's not gonna crack or break. The sewing is the machines she uses to sew this are heavy machinery. They're commercially made for sewing leather, I guarantee you. So it's like the stitches are solid. They're not going anywhere. You can put your hand in here and you can go like this and open up the seam. If you have a problem getting something in a pocket, do the same thing. Now, the other thing I usually tell people is, I can't guarantee this for sure, but I've seen her use this kind of a rubber cement type of, there's some type of a glue that they use, and I'm pretty confident that in between the layers here, now, so this has pockets, this is a deluxe, not a folio, so this piece of leather onto this cover, and then the piece of leather that attaches to through this one onto the cover, there's basically 3 layers of leather here. I believe that in between the outside and this pocket, the long one, and also between this long one and the smaller pockets, I believe there's a little bit of leather that gets put along the edges here, and also along the edges all the way out to here as well. So you could put your hand in here to stretch it out, just like I showed you, along all 3 edges. And if your pockets are tight, you could do the same thing with your fingers. Get your finger up in there and stretch it out. And whatever you want in there, you should be able to probably fit in there. Now this happens to have, now look, when I put this in, so what happened is, this was my Stalogy, and I don't know, I just had this idea that I wanted to see, hey, could I get this to fit almost like a folio? Could I use a deluxe like a folio and then still have a little bit of pocket stuff, as opposed to just having, and it worked out fine, as you can see, it worked out great. So the first leather I showed you, that was Waypoint leather. This is Outlander, which is also rather soft-handed. And what I could do, so this is not meant to be used this way necessarily, but it's also meant to be used whatever way you kind of want to, because it's yours, right? So what I wanted to do was to be able to use it kind of like this instead of on the string, because this has strings has 4 different bands, but I wanted to see if I could use it like a folio. So this fits in this pocket. That's the equivalent of putting a book into a folio. So that worked fine. Okay, so in this book right now, what do I have? This one has a Stalogy. I think I had to definitely do the same thing on this one. I had to put my hand in there, and I had to go all the way along the edges on this. And this is a soft book. Now, this is also Outlander, but this is actually a folio. Now, this was a book that, this is actually a fitness book, and it's hardcover, and it was a bit tight, but it managed to fit in there. It did need to sit in there for a while, and then it got stretched out, and it was fine. So here, This is Maverick leather, and this one would probably be, in my opinion, your toughest. But if you're not scared, if you're a little bit fearless, you could do it. But Maverick leather is not, it's meant to be very firm-handed. So this one is not a folio, as you can see, but if you want to put something into the front there, I'm pretty sure you could do it. I will take out, here we go. Let's see how it goes with the hardcover. Now the thing is, I'm going to show you in a minute a Maverick that actually is a folio. We'll try it out with that. Actually, I think I have something in there. I know I have something in there. Okay, so this one, you see, this is gonna be your hardest sell. This is gonna be tough. Like, I got it in there. Let me see if it goes in the bag. I hate this because it has the little string on there, so that would make it kind of tough. Okay, so this is a deluxe, and it wants to open up like, see, like alligator mouth. It doesn't want to really stick, but also it doesn't help that I have that elastic in there, and that's kind of fighting it right there. So I can't say for sure, but I think this one, if I could get it in a little bit more, yeah. This, I think that you could get it to go over time, but it's definitely, look, it's like alligator mouth. And this is with the Archer and Olive. So I think that one, I would probably be like, I definitely wouldn't. Look how hard it is for me to even get it out. So Maverick is the least forgiving. Come on. Oh my God, I actually just tore my book. Wait, let me do this little by little. I have to have it against my body. That's okay, a little glue will fix that right up. Okay, so Maverick, definitely, I would say, if you have a deluxe, you could slide it in here, but if you want to put it into the back and there, you could do it, but it's kind of a hard sell. It's a tough one. Okay, so now this is the one other Maverick that I have that it actually is a folio. And what's different about this, as you can tell when I open it, is that it doesn't have Maverick leather on the inside. I mean, this was a, did you see? That was like, look, it didn't affect my book at all. It's still, and the fact that it has like lightning and crackling and stuff like that, putting your hand in there isn't hurting or affecting the leather. It isn't crackling it up or anything like that. It's just that Maverick leather, which is part of why I believe that they stopped making deluxes and folios or things like that, and with this pen loop, is because it's really, really hard. It was breaking a lot of needles, and it's just such firm leather. It's not very forgiving, and it's not giving. Not very forgiving, it's that it's not giving. It doesn't have give in it. It is extremely firm leather. So the difference with this folio is very obvious. On the inside, it has suede. I don't think I had to do much. I don't remember putting my hand in there to do it. I might have. Yeah, I might have. But it's very soft, and I think I was just hesitant about stretching it out here in the center because I have such large hands. Now the cover that's in here is a soft cover. I believe this is it Fabiano or Fabriano type paper. So I only use it just to hold this paper that once in a while I take it off my shelf and I rip off a sheet of this paper for whatever I'm doing. And that is all I use this folio for. So in this case, it works with the Maverick folio, but only because it doesn't have Maverick leather on the inside. Okay, so now we're gonna get back full circle, come around. Well, actually I have a couple other here. You know what? Okay, I'll leave this for last. Sorry, didn't mean to tease you. Okay, so this is also a hard cover. This is an A6. This is Waypoint leather, and I'm pretty sure that that's exactly what I had to do here. Is I had to go and put my hand in and go and get it so that I could get this all the way up as far to the edges, and you can see it's fine. It doesn't gator mouth at all. it's good. It's fine. So this notebook is specifically for where I track my mother's medical stuff. So I have little hardcover Scribbles That Matters in there, and this is a Waypoint Folio, and even with the thick hardcover, it's fine. I just put my hand in there, went around all the sides, shoved it right in, and everything was good. This, I don't know. So this is Darcy leather, and you could do the same thing, definitely. This, I'm wondering if you can even see the glue. I'm trying to look inside. No, but you could just do the same thing. And this one is not soft. It doesn't have a soft hand. It has like a medium. It's like medium soft. This still has a lot of pliability. So if you have Darcy leather, that's something that you should, whatever you're using, if you're using Archer and Olive, or if you're using Stalogy, definitely, if you have something soft or hardcover, you shouldn't really have any problem with Darcy leather. So actually, oh, I should go ahead and jump to, yeah, there's one more. Wait, there's one more. Okay, so before we get to this Darcy leather folio, so this is an E-class that I got, and to me, this is in Creme leather, this E-class. And you can 100% use this like a folio, or I use it to hold a bunch of different ephemera and some stencils and this and that, just for now, because I'm not currently in a B6, but I love this folio so much. I would love to get my hands on some more E-class. I'm really, you know, it's a shame I decided to finally try the style after it became discontinued. I got this off a buy sell trade. But let me see, where is my Archer and Olive book? Is it under here? Yes. Okay. This is a B6, so let's just see how it slides. Oh, I'm a little scared because now I've hurt this. Okay, also my daughter's address is on there. Oh, yeah, no problems at all. It slid right in. Now, I don't feel like taking all this other stuff out, but I'm telling you, it just slid right in, just like a glove. It slid right in there, no problems at all. And I'm gonna take that out again off screen because I just realized there's an address on the inside of this envelope. So this slid in and out really easy. So if you have E-class, if you have Creme, and this is super, to me, this is very soft. And you can get your fingers all the way up in there, and you could stretch it out, and still looks beautiful as ever. Okay, let me put that one away. Now, like I said, we're going to come full circle. Okay. So this is a Chic Sparrow Hemingway collection. This is an A5 folio in the Havana color. And let me put these books here to the side. So what's actually in here right now is Rhodia, and I have my Hobonichi Techo. Now, when I went to go to put this in, it was tight. It was definitely tight. It was tight. So what I did was I went slowly, but I stretched it out. It was tight. So you can see I could take it out pretty easy. I went in here like I've been showing you, and I went with my hands and my fingers, and I got right up in there like this. You know, if you can get in the corner, even better. And all the way along the top. Okay? Then I took my book. See, it's a Techo 2021. And I believe when I first did it, I slid it in little by little by little by little. Look, right now, like I'm telling you, when I did it, I actually was doing it like this and going little by little and working it in. Okay, once I got it in, let me get my book. I'm pretty sure, so I put my hand in through the back again, and make sure I had it all the way up. And then I did the same thing with the Rhodia on this side, that I stretched out all of the edges. Really get in there. Really get in there. Okay. And this was also, it was tight. Like it was tight even here in the front. You got to, this is leather, folks. It'll work with you. Now look at how easy it's sliding in. And when I went to close it, it felt tight, like it wanted to, it was like struggling in there a little bit. So what I actually did is I got it in there. I had it nice in there. And then I went and I put some other books on top of it. I think I have a reading book. I have a book, it's a Chelsea Handler book or something that I have on my dresser that I just got, that I was reading. But I'm pretty sure I took some, not these journals because these were on my shelf, but I took some things and books and other stuff and I stacked it up on top like a weight, just to let it get kind of a little bit used to being in there. And now you can see how easy it comes out. Okay, so that was the point of this whole video, is to show you for the Hobonichi Techo, if you have an A5 folio from Chic Sparrow. I showed you in a lot of different types of leather. This one that has the stalogy, this is a folio. This is a Teahouse collection leather. This one is a folio. This has a soft cover stalogy in it. This one is a folio with a very thick hard cover, and this is the Outlander. This is an A5 that's in there. And so here is a B6 Outlander that's a deluxe, and you can use it like this, put it into the front. You can either take the back pocket, take this out, or you can put it into the back pocket if you like. And then I have some Waypoints that I showed you in Waypoints also. This is A5 and this is B6. And I have had pretty good luck. Oh, and the last one that I have also, my Creme Brulee. And for the Mavericks, the only one that I would say is if you have some type of hybrid, I think the Mavericks are probably the one that I would say kind of tough to use like a folio, unless you have a situation like mine, that this was, I don't know if this must have been a prototype. It was a one-off. And it has the suede on the inside, which gives it, which has a lot of give. Other than that, I would say Waypoint, Maverick. When it comes to the deluxe, I mean, you saw it actually, that was a hard cover, Archer and Olive. And if you know, if you've used Archer and Olive, that's a really solid, heavy book. It's good. The paper's heavy. The binding is, I ripped off the binding from the paper a little bit in the corner trying to get it out. This leather does not conducive for maybe if it was a soft cover, I don't know. I personally, I think I would stick away from trying to use this folio style. That's just my personal opinion. That's how I feel about it. That's what I love about this one. I can use it. I love folios, as you can see. So if you got a Hobonichi Techo, or if you have a Rhodia type notebook, or this one I think is from Goulet Pens, some Tomo River paper. What else did I have in here? I had stalogies, I had Scribbles It Matters, I've had hardcover, soft cover, and you can see if you have a standard size, it's A5, B6, or A6, and you have a folio from Chic Sparrow, you should be able to stretch out the edges on the inside. Just be a little fearless. Don't worry, it's not going to hurt. You saw me do it on all these different types of leathers. It's not going to damage it. And just work it in and you'll be good. Okay, I hope you found that useful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you have anything to say, if you have an opinion, or if you've had experience with, you know, any type of one of these leathers that you've had difficulty, or you've also done the same thing, please leave it down in the comments below so that we can help out those other people who are getting these folios, because Chic Sparrow makes fantastic products. And if you have a true A5, B6, or A6, you have a folio, for the most part it really should work. I think that probably Maverick, if you try to use deluxe on the inside, might be the one exception where for me personally, I would be, especially after what just happened here today, I'm like, I'm not gonna be doing that again. I'm gonna fix up my little Archer and Olive journal that's completed and put it back on the shelf and let the glue dry, and I will not be putting that into the Maverick like that ever again. Okay, everyone, be well wherever this meets you at, morning, noon, or night.